Hello class, so we're going to talk about several ways that you can create value. And the first of those ways is going to be continuous tone. Continuous tone is when you create value, but you can't see the marks. So I'm going to come through with my 4B, and really you can do it with any pencil. And I'm going to go back and forth and overlap the marks so that you can't see them. And it helps if you angle your pencil a little bit. This helps create softer marks that disappear more easily. Now if you want to make it darker, you could go over it with more layers. Okay, you can also do this in different directions. You can also change the pressure on your pencil, and this will create a darker area. Okay, or you could lighten the pressure, and that'll create a lighter area. Or you could also get a pencil that's softer or harder. If you get a softer pencil, you'll get a darker area. If you get a harder pencil, you're going to get a lighter area. Okay, so now if you want to blend, you're going to use a blending stump, and you're going to go back and forth over that area. Okay, you can also do this in different directions if you choose. Now I know it says on the assignment sheet that this is required to blend, but I won't make it a requirement. Sometimes people do like the subtle texture that's created when you don't blend it. So I'll leave it up to you. Okay, so now we're going to talk about creating continuous tone but using charcoal. You're going to do it in a similar fashion that you did with the graphite. You're going to do back and forth marks that overlap and disappear. If you want to make the area darker, you can use another layer. Alternatively, you can press harder on the charcoal and you'll get a darker area, or lighter and get a lighter area. Okay. Now, if you want to get a really light area and you can't see any of the marks, what you could do is you could make a little pile of charcoal in another area, a little area of continuous tone. Get your artist chamois, dip it there, dust it off right here, get some of the excess off, okay? And use very lightly, do this, okay? You'll get a very smooth area that doesn't have any marks, okay? And similarly, if you want to blend the other areas you use charcoal in, you could use the artist chamois for that, okay? And basically you just go to that area and you just, go back and forth, okay? In some cases it pulls it up, so you have to go back and apply a little more charcoal, okay? And then blend. Okay. Okay, let's talk about hatching and cross hatching. Hatching is when you place a series of marks next to each other that creates an area of value. And as you can see these marks. Okay, if you place the marks closer to each other, you're going to get a darker value. If you place them farther away from each other, you're going to get a lighter value. Okay? Now, you can also place more pressure on the marks, and this will give you an area that has a darker value. Or place less pressure on the marks, and this will give you an area that has a lighter value. Alternatively, you could also change the type of pencil you're using. If you use a harder pencil, you get a lighter mark. If you use a softer pencil, you'll get a darker mark. Cross-hatching is when you make a set of hatch marks. And on top of this set of hatch marks, you place another set of hatch marks, a crosshatch. Okay? You can control value with crosshatching, okay, in a couple ways. One way to make it darker is to apply more sets of hatch marks or crosshatch marks. Okay, and this will make the area darker. Okay. And then if you want to make it lighter, then you simply place less sets of hatch marks on top of each other. Another way to control value is by adjusting pressure. You place marks next to each other with less pressure, you'll get lighter marks and overall lighter area. Okay? Now you could also use a pencil that is softer to get darker marks, or a pencil that is harder to get softer marks, or lighter marks. Okay, let's talk about stippling. So stippling is when you use a series of dot-like marks to create value. If you place these marks closer to each other, you'll create a darker value. Similarly, if you place less pressure on the mark, you could create a lighter value as well.